Hi, my name's John and I make indie games. What you're about to watch is a recording of a live stream that I did over on Twitch. I stream there all the time. They're a lot of fun, and you get to follow along and participate in the process of making an indie game and everything that goes into it. If that's something that's interesting to you, please come over and say hi. I can't wait to meet you. And in the meantime, enjoy this video. I'll see you soon. It's so easy to procrastinate when there's something I don't want to do. Everything is free now. That's what they say. Everything I ever done, gotta give it away. Someone hit the big score. They figured it out that we're gonna do it anyway. Even if it doesn't pay, I can get a tip jar, gas up the car, try to make a little change down at the bar, or I can get a straight job. I've done it before. Never minded working hard. It's who I'm working for. 'Cause everything is free now. That's what they say. Everything I ever done, gotta give it away. Someone hit the big score. They figured it out that I'm gonna do it anyway, even if it doesn't pay. Every day I wake up humming a song, but I don't need to run around. I just stay home, sing a little love song. I love myself. If there's something that you want to hear, you can sing it yourself. Everything is free now. That's what I said. No one's gotta listen to these words in my head. Someone hit the big score. They figured it out that we're gonna do it anyway, even if it doesn't pay. Everything is Free Now by Gillian Welch. Although that's the arrangement by Father John Misty. Mr. Blue, I told you that I love you, please believe me. Mr. Blue, I have to go now, darling, don't be angry. That you're tired, know that you're sore and sick and sad for some reason. So I leave you with a smile, kiss you on the cheek and you'll call it treason. That's the way some days fever comes at you without a warning, and I can see it in your face. You've been waiting to break since you woke up this morning. Mr. Blue, don't hold your head so low that you can't see the sky. Mr. Blue, it ain't so long since you were flying high. Mr. Blue, Mr. Blue, I told you that I love you, please believe me. Thank you. That's Mr. Blue by Catherine Feeney. I first heard that watching BoJack Horseman. They played it over the credits in one of the episodes. Hey, thanks for the follow. Rekimo and Shadow Pro 67 and Janupa Silva, or Hanupa Silva perhaps. Thank you for the follow. All right, let's stop singing sad songs and get down to work. Does this work? It does work. All right, let's shrink this by moving the camera away, right? How's it look now? Perfect. All right. Because this is 3D for no reason. It's 3D for no reason. Missions. We need missions. Let's just try and generate some missions. What are the missions going to look like? How do you generate a mission? How do you do this? How would we do this? Generate a mission. How would I generate a title or a description? I have no idea. I could hook into the ChatGPT API and just say, hey, give me a mission. No, that's going to be terrible. Plus, it's too expensive. The last thing I need is ongoing production expenses. let's just write some missions and see what they feel like, and then we'll figure it out from there. Mission. Remove blockage in artery. Location, heart. Right? Organ, heart. Description. I mean, that's interesting to say. It implies to me, just by writing that sentence, it implies to me that some of these missions, when they pop up, would affect a specific organ by doing something special to it, something bad. And you would see that reflected here in the visual, in the vital stats. You know, there's a monitor over here with like the ECG and all that stuff on it, right? So if this mission popped up, you might expect to see the heart rate actually falling. I don't know. Let's not worry about that for right now. Heart rate is falling. Repair the blockage before the heart needs to go on bypass. I mean, do I need all this color in the description? Maybe it's just that for now. Let's make our lives a little simpler and remove the description. Right? Title in an organ. This could be reward, chest, key, XP, patient, status. We need a reward value as well. This is going to be int none. Why is that green? Let's do this. Maybe these are enums as well. So clear means just your objective is just to kill everything you see. Clear the infection, right? You're going to go in, there's going to be a bunch of viruses and stuff. You clear them all out. We need an objective value as well. Yeah, maybe you're right, Lemon Guy. Description could possibly be just, it doesn't have to be so colorful or narratively written. It can just be built from the stats here. So the objective might be clear all the bacteria. You need to kill 100 of them, and then you win, right? And you've cleared it, and you're good. Or it could be oh gosh, I don't even know. I need to think of a list of these objectives first, and then I can figure out how I'm going to structure the data. But like, right, if your objective was bleeding, there's a bleeding blood vessel or something somewhere in here, right? Then you need to go in and suture it. So if the objective is suture, then when I generate the level, somewhere in the level, there has to be one thing that you need to suture, or maybe 3 things that you need to suture. This would be, you have to go to a specific part of the level and spend some time injecting medicine into that thing to heal it, whatever it is, right? We can have something that you need to inject. I mean, I keep thinking of these objectives and like, how would you do it? Like the suturing versus the medicine, there's no difference, right? In the activity that you're doing, you're just waiting. Where'd my music go? Like, how are these missions any different? Repair ulcer, repair hernia, repair torn artery, all feel like the same mission. Right? You're going to an area and you are pushing a button to do some kind of repair work on that thing. And the graphics might be different, but the activity is going to be exactly the same. So let's just call this repair. There's some kind of repair mission you need to do. You go to something and maybe there's different art or whatever, but it's the same mission. We have a repair mission where you're like trying to sew something up and you actually, I don't know, you see the little tentacles doing their thing, right? They're doing something. Let's leave that for now. Hold on a second. Let's come back to that. The other one is zapping something, right? There's something that you need to destroy. These are all destroy missions, and there could be multiple things you need to go around and zap. And those things might be big, hard to destroy. A defend mission, that would be good. Defend feels different than repair. You need to defend a couple of different things from being attacked. Maze or obstacle course mission that challenges navigation. Maybe. That's trickier because it ties into how the level geometry is actually generated, and I don't know if I want to tackle that right now. So destroy and defend are like the opposite of each other, right? You're either going in to blow something up, destroy one or more infection sites. Sites are difficult to destroy and attract spawners. Heal themselves over time. They attract spawners, maybe. They are spawners. Erupt. Okay, I like that. Defend critical infrastructure within cell. Defend one or more critical infrastructure sites within the cell. Nucleus, the other thing, you know, whatever they are. Let's not do that. Level is lost if all sites are destroyed. You would need to defend. There's a timer, right? How do you know when you've won? There's a timer. Defend for, 90 seconds. Large numbers of enemies. Some kind of elite comes out of this, plus horde. Repair one or more damaged sites within the cell. Repair can be reversed by enemy attacks. Toggle bit, holy shit. Hey, Toggle bit. My friendly Viking from the north. Toggler's engaged. You guys should definitely check out Togglebit. Togglebit's a cool dude. We're doing good. Let me show you what we're up to. We're making a video game. And the video game is sort of a cross between Vampire Survivors and XCOM in a way, because you're going to have a mission structure. And let me just show you what the level looks like. So I've got this ship. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can get a good view of it. You've got this cool ship. You're moving around. It's got these cool, like, flagella on it. And imagine you've shrunken down. You've shrunken down and you're inside of a human body. And you're driving around in your ship and you have a mission to accomplish inside this human body. So you go over here and you're like, oh, yeah, let's repair this cell wall. Oh, let's go over here now and like fix this artery that's bleeding too much, right? But meanwhile, there are enemies coming into the world like infections and antibodies and, viruses and stuff, and they're coming for you. So you got to, defend yourself and clear the infection. And after you, kill all these guys, we're getting surrounded. So you'll kill a bunch of them. You get experience points by collecting their DNA. And then once you have enough DNA, you get an upgrade. You can, there's going to be lots of different upgrades to enhance your ship, like rapid fire, for example. And then we can do things like, let's do test bullets. Eventually you'll become more powerful. And after you clear the level, then you go back into the world map, which is going to be some kind of operating room where you can see the patient's status, and you're going to have a bunch of missions down the screen that say, you got to get into the heart, there's a blockage, or you got to get into the stomach because he's got an ulcer, it's going to kill him. Or you've got to, he swallowed a cell phone and it's ringing and it's in his gut. You got to go get that out. There's, there's battery acid going everywhere. And you pick the mission that you want to do, and you launch it and you play the game. If you fail the mission, the timer gets advanced. When a new mission pops up, the timer advances. If you fix something, the timer reduces. But over time, this timer increases, and you have to unlock access to the brain. So while you're in here doing these missions, you're trying to find some keys. I don't know what they are yet, but some kind of special rare thing. You have to find a couple of them, and then that unlocks the brain. And you need to unlock the brain before this timer runs out. And win the mission, right? So if you're bad at it and you fail at these missions, the timer advances and the patient dies before you can unlock the brain, and you have to start over. Maybe you're playing it and you get bad upgrades and you're just not getting the guns you want, so you'll lose and you have to start again. But if you're lucky and you're good, you'll get through here, you'll unlock the brain, you'll be at the patient status will be critical. He'll be at level 8, he's about to die, but you've unlocked the brain, you get in there, the brain mission is super hard, you'd win, patient is saved, everybody goes home, you kiss Meg Ryan and everybody's happy. That's what we're making. This is a personal project, so this is not client work. I was working on a client work yesterday. That was Dome Keeper. So I also work on this game called Dome Keeper that some of you may have heard of. It's an indie game that came out earlier this year and has been doing pretty well. But this one is personal, and it's a commercial project. I'm going to publish it on Steam. I'm shooting for the next Steam Next Fest in October. So I need to have a demo done by September 22nd. That's what I'm shooting for right now. And what were you working on, Togglebit? Rust? More Rust? Thanks for the follow, Ms. Mezcalito and AJCN and Effectory and Saculrelium. Thanks for the follows, folks. Now you want to watch Interspace, yeah. It's funny, I did a presentation for a group of game devs the other day, and I referenced Interspace was one of my inspirations, right? Fantastic Voyage, Interspace. Raquel Welch. Right, so you've got this game loop, right? You've got patient status, missions that you need to do, vitals, patients in danger zone. But so far I've got a bunch of systems done, right? So the procedural level generator is done. I've got the upgrade system done. I've got a little bit of the artwork done. This procedural animation stuff was fun to do, and that's done. The upgrade system, data, and more data. Enemy spawning system's done, and I just got some deadlines now. September 21st, I need to have the demo ready. So I have 3.5 months. Yeah, go have fun. Go eat. Definitely. Take care of yourself. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for dropping in. So the thing that we're working on right now is trying to build out this screen where I can actually generate a mission, and the missions are going to be procedurally generated, randomized, so they're not going to be the same every run, right? You have a choice of missions in different areas of the body that will affect how you play. The main thing that's going to affect how you play is how critical the missions are, what the reward for the mission is going to be, and the order that you take them in, and the upgrades that you get along the way, right? That will affect, maybe I'll do this mission because it's really tough, but I just got those, multi-fire piercing bullets, so I think I can handle it, so you do it. Or you get this really tough mission, you're like, I don't have a good gun yet, so I'm going to do this mission instead, right? The runs will change depending on what you get and what missions appear. So we just need I'm working on what the objective, like the structure for the data for the missions right now. How do I like Godot? I like it. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. We made Dome Keeper in Godot. I made Gravity Ace in Godot. I do all my prototyping in Godot. This game's in Godot, obviously, Godot 4. I think I'll be happier with Godot once I spend a little bit more time with it. Like, Godot 3.5, I was very, very, very happy with. It was stable, it worked perfectly, I knew all of its little quirks inside and out, right? So, it was easy. Godot 4 has been a step back, I guess you could say. It's great. I love Godot 4. It's got a lot of great things about it. My complaints about it mainly are complaints about myself, really. I need to spend the time with it, right? It's a lot has changed between Godot 3.5 and Godot 4. And so I'm learning a lot of stuff over again, right? Because there's a new way of doing it now. And also there are new bugs. Every game engine has bugs. And so you got to learn the new bugs and the new workarounds for those bugs. And on top of that, we're on 4.03. So they've done 3 patch releases since 4.0 is released, and they're going to do more. But it's not completely stable yet. I wouldn't recommend it. If you have a game that you need to launch imminently, I would not recommend using Godot 4 right now because it's not fully stable. But if you're releasing something in the 6 to 12 month time frame from now, then it's fine, because by then it will be stable and it'll be fine. 4.1 is coming out this year, and 4.0 is pretty stable right now. I've crashed the editor a few times, but it feels fairly good. So for indie, I mean, AAA's release games that don't run all the time, right? This is not unique or special. Yeah, if I release a game that doesn't work, right, I'll be in good company. You could say I'm just as good as Cyberpunk 2077, right? Oh boy, those guys. I feel bad for that team. That was a terrible situation to be in. Indie games are held to a better standard. I mean, I don't know, maybe. I do think that a solo project from a single developer that's an indie game are probably held to a lower standard. So that's good in that I can, there's a little bit more leniency, right? But players are players, you know, they don't care. Players don't care what your problems are. They just want to play a fun game. Yeah, right? I know the game doesn't work, but trust me. There's an update coming in a couple of days, and then it's going to run great. I'm sorry you pre-ordered it. I don't like this song. All right, so missions, right? We have a destroy mission, search and destroy. I'm trying to come up with mission archetypes. And I want to make sure that they all feel different. And then within those archetypes, we could start generating actual missions. So there's a search and destroy mission. You go into the level and there's one or more little infection sites, little factories that are just pumping out bacteria, right? And you got to destroy those things, but they're heavy, you know, they're hard. And you just got to pump them full of bullets for a long time, but they're also should they spread? They also eject a special enemy type that creates a new infection site. Special rare enemy type that creates a new infection site someplace else. Some kind of carrier or colony ship, right? Like it's every once in a while these spawners will eject. They'll send out a horde, and in that horde, one or two of them are going to be these rare special enemies that are going to go off someplace else and try and create a new infection site. So it's critical that you stay on top of this and you destroy these guys. Otherwise, you're going to have more of them to deal with, and that's going to be bad. So that's a cool mission. Defend. Maybe you have to defend the nucleus. Some of these infections are going to be going for the nucleus. Some of them are going to be going for you. So you need to get to the nucleus and defend it. But it may be hard to get to depending on the level of geometry and where you are, and maybe you're blocked off by a different spawn. Another group of enemies has come in and blocked you off from the nucleus. So you can't get there. You've got to fight your way there. And if the nucleus is destroyed, let's call this defend the nucleus. Defend the nucleus. And this is a timed mission, so you have to defend it for 90 seconds, and we're going to throw the book at you, right? And there's going to be tons of guys coming after you and going after the thing. Large number of enemies, right? Then there's repair mission. This feels a lot like search and destroy, except instead of destroying the sites, you're fixing the sites. I mean, is it really a different mission? Maybe, well, we'll have to just make it and see if it feels different. Fixing T-cell WBC white blood cell spawners. Yeah, that's a cool one, right? So some of the enemy would go after the repair, or the things that you're trying to repair. And I'm thinking some repair sites have environmental hazards. For example, acid or blood or goop, right? So you have to repair this thing, but while you're trying to repair it, it's shooting acid out. And so you have to avoid the acid of the thing you're trying to repair. Or it's shooting blood out and the blood just shoots you away from it. So you've got to like dodge the blood. Or it's shooting goop out and the goop slows you down. So you want to stay out of the goop. Otherwise you're not going to be able to move very good. And you're trying to repair this thing while it's doing all this. And if you repair it, then it stops doing this. And it gets a green check mark and you've completed it. And then once all of them are repaired, you win. And you can continue and you can exit the level. I think the maze idea is an interesting idea, but we're not going to do it because it's not clear to in my head how it would be done. I like this mission as just a special kind of mission for the heart, where you have to do some kind of shocking of the heart. The pacemaker mission, you know? So the pacemaker mission, in the pacemaker mission, it would only happen in the heart, and you would have to periodically zap the heart. The heart must be zapped multiple times to achieve a stable heart. How do you spell rhythm? Rhythm. When the heart is, you win the level when the heart is stable. It takes time to charge the zapper, and you're being attacked constantly. Delivery, yeah, of course, that's a staple, right, of missions. Got to do the FedEx mission. Carry vital proteins from site A to site B within the cell. Yeah, that's it, right? There's going to be things attacking you. Carrying a protein. Maybe it's a FedEx or escort. It's an escort mission. Escort vital proteins from site A to site B. Proteins move slowly compared to the player. They are tough but not unkillable. Some enemies will target the protein. Must escort X number of proteins to exit. Dodge all the shit that's flying around without dying. Survive some time and then you're good. No need to kill. Yeah, maybe just a timed mission. And then I think also we want I mean, that feels like defend. You just need to survive, right? For 90 seconds. Maybe... right? That would increase the difficulty, right? You're like 90 seconds, I can do that. And then you get another one, it's like 180 seconds. Holy shit, how am I going to do that? I barely survived the 90-second one. Then there's going to be a clear infection, right? And this is just going to be kill X number of enemies. That's a simple mission. Let's put these under ideas. I want a cell phone mission. Find the cell phone, remove the battery, or find the cell phone and break it down into atoms so that it can be removed safely. This feels a little bit like the repair mission or the escort mission even. So some of these feel a little like hero missions, right? Like this pacemaker mission is a very specific one. The cell phone mission is a very specific mission. These other ones are kind of more generic. These are like generic missions. And then there's these special missions that are unique. But these two could also fall under the category of repair mission, and maybe they're just a type of repair mission. Short distance delivery, carry oxygen between the lungs and a severed bloodstream. Yeah. I mean, that feels like the escort mission, kinda. But maybe there's escort, but there's also FedEx. Carry a component from site A to site B in the cell. Must deliver X number of components. These feel like the same mission, except in the FedEx mission, you have all of your power and you're not like following somebody, so you can do things faster. The escort mission, now you have to follow something slow and stay close to it. And it's like a handicapped version of the FedEx mission, right? Like you're being slowed down now. It's like an escort mission is like a harder delivery mission, right? Because you're not in direct control of the thing being delivered. So this could be, oxygen, iron, ATP, something vital from one area of the cell to another. some mineral, some gas, something. Sugar, right? I think that maybe these things aren't missions, at least initially right now. Maybe these are just like, maybe just as you're playing a level, you might see a cell phone or a battery or something. Like, how did this get here? And it's just one of the things you have to like search and destroy. These things might be not mission types, but just like props that you see on a search and destroy mission. So these would be procedural, right? On some search and destroy missions, there might be a battery that somebody swallowed. But the pacemaker mission is special because it only happens in one place, and there's a special type of gameplay that you have to do. So every once in a while, the heart's going to need a zap. So this pacemaker mission could appear multiple times throughout your game. You might get it early, you might get it late, you know. You might get it multiple times, and you're like, oh damn it, this heart sucks. I keep getting these pacemaker missions because the heart sucks. But you got to do them, right? Because this is important. If you don't fix the heart, you're gonna kill the guy. Yeah. So these feel pretty good. Okay, so we've got the special heart mission. We've got the search and destroy of infected things, right? We've got a defend mission. We've got a repair mission. We've got an escort mission. And we've got the clear infection mission. Clear, just kill everything mission, right? That's different than search and destroy. Search and destroy, you're actually looking for specific places, things that you need to blow up. This is just kill everything that moves. So this is a staple, this is a staple, this is a staple, this is a staple. Right, all these are going to be just standard mission types. And then there's a special mission type for the pacemaker, the heart. And then we can maybe invent some other special, maybe one special mission per organ, right? So like the ulcer mission. So we have like a special missions type. And we've got standard missions. Okay, this is starting to feel good. We've got some standard mission types, and we've got some special mission types. Ulcer repair, lung tar, gallstones, polyps, intestinal polyps. Ugh. This game's gonna make me barf. Okay, so these are our standard mission types. Right, so that's gonna be kill all, search and destroy, defend, repair, defend, repair, escort, and FedEx. I won't call it this in the actual game, obviously. There may be trademark issues there. Let's call this mission type kill. Let's just call it mission, and let's call it delivery. So we got kill, search and destroy, defend, repair, escort, delivery type missions, and we've got rewards of reducing the timer on the patient status, just generic experience points, like bonus experience points. You can get a key. You can unlock one special upgrade, an extra upgrade, or you get, that doesn't feel right. You got to get some kind of reward. So the standard reward will be XP, the default, right? You just get some bonus XP. And the standard mission will just be go in and kill everything that moves. But there's going to be these other missions. And then we also need I don't know. We also need to be able to create these special missions somehow. But let's just get these standard ones working first. Let's get a couple of these standard ones working first, and then we can keep adding on as we go. Organ, heart, organ, lung, organ, brain, organ, liver, organ, stomach, organ, pancreas, organ, kidney, organ, gallbladder, organ, intestine, organ, spleen, is that all of them? Brain, lung, heart, brain, heart, lung, liver, stomach, pancreas, kidney, gallbladder, intestine,